From Beacon Hill to the Berkshires, Massachusetts is home to 351 cities and towns with one thing in common. Each has its own unique town or city hall.
I think the town hall is the heart of any government.
Tonight, we celebrate these structures and their history.
We're the oldest town hall still in continuous use.
Uncover some secrets.
Hey, come on in.
And meet the people who keep our towns running. Plus, we take flight.
Let's do this thing.
On one girl's journey to visit every town hall in the state. So ring the bell. Because Chronicle is coming to town.
This is Chronicle on WCVB Channel 5.
At first glance, Kiara Barber may seem like your average 9-year-old. She loves to dance, is quick to snap a selfie, and is excited to be traveling with her mother, Blue Barber. Unlike most kids her age, she is just days away from being the youngest person to document visits to all 351 Massachusetts town and city halls, a mission she calls the Town Hall Project.
This is the closest I've ever been to the front seat of a plane.
The project has seen many exciting firsts, from a trip down a secret staircase in Newton City Hall to some FaceTime with Boston's Mayor Wu. Today, it's a flight sponsored by Cape Air to Martha's Vineyard with its 6 town halls. The family-owned airline was one of several businesses to embrace Kiara's journey and keep her on schedule to finish all 351 visits in under a year.
Hi, Daddy.
After a brief celebration on the tarmac, it's off to a rental car, where Kiara's uncle, Adam Barber, takes the wheel, as he has for thousands of miles across the state. Consider it payback for not believing there were 351 municipalities in Massachusetts.
I had just moved back from California, so I didn't really believe that there were that many town halls, and so it kind of became a bet between Kiara and I to see, one, if that was real, and it was, can we actually do it, and can we get it done within a year? It's very exciting.
It's also a lot of stops on a busy day.
25, 23. 25, 26.
We did 26? I thought it was 23.
Even they can lose count, so organization is key.
Yeah, so we've got a spreadsheet of the address, the town hall, the town administrator, mayor, and the date Kiara visited. So we've got a full travel log of everything we've done.
To keep things moving, some visits, like our first stop today at Edgartown Town Hall, are a little more than a photo op.
Sass.
While others roll out the red carpet. We'll ride along on one of those visits later. But first, we head to Canton for a little Town Hall 101 with local politics professor Larry Overland.
When a town comes into creation, they have to have a constitution, small c. That's called a charter. So if you want to know the rules and regulations of your own town, you should look at the town charter.
Once you have the rules, you need people to enforce them.
Cities have mayors. Towns have select boards. They're usually comprised of 3 to 5 people. And then they have a manager that implements their decisions. So they're the policy-making group, the executive branch, so to speak, of the town.
Enter the Town Hall, a place for local leaders to meet, make policy, budgets, and host town meetings.
Now, Canton has an open town meeting, which means anybody who's registered to vote in Canton can go to the town meeting and vote.
We signify by saying aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it.
As democratic as you can get, small d.
While most in the Commonwealth have not attended a town meeting, many have walked into Town Hall to make use of the town clerk.
And people come to the town clerk's office to get birth records, death records, marriage certificates. They file their marriage intentions, which is a really fun part of the job.
Teddy Eaton knows a thing or two about the responsibilities of town clerk, a role she filled in Needham for 42 years before deciding not to seek re-election this year.
Not sure how I got there.
And your first national election, Ronald Reagan? 6 presidents later, how people vote has changed, but getting the count right continues to be a crucial part of local government.
In 2022, for the state election, we had over 9,600 vote-by-mail ballots. And we really worked pretty hard. I think Needham has a lot of faith in their election.
As Eaton prepares to depart her office, she gives us a first-person look at one way she is preserving the past for future generations. So tell me just a little bit about what's back here and what you've done.
Well, one of my projects, which was really over the last 42 years, was to restore the old volumes of selectmen's records, birth, marriage, and death records. This is the first one, volume 1, 1701 through 1801. And this was probably the one in worst condition.
So if you hadn't stepped in and saved these could have been lost, right?
I never thought of it that way, but maybe.
As you look back on your career, are you proud of the role you played as an elected official?
Can't say anything other than it's been a great run.
That's so nice. And back to Kiara Barber, I think it's fair to say that traveling may be in her blood.
Oh, I think so. Her mom is a professional costume designer, her mom Blue, who we saw in the piece. And she was working for Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus when she was pregnant with Kiara. So Kiara came into the circus, Kiara came into traveling, and curiosity by nature.
And she's got a little theatrical side to her as well. All right, up next, what secrets lie beneath?